Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
And
Homesteader Bob.
Yeah, and we have got some really cool stuff in store for us and you.
Yeah.
We've secured a deal, people. We've secured a deal to secure the man here to help us out on the homestead for a whole week. And we have got stuff that she wants done.
Yes, I do. Wait, we don't have the list.
I got the list in my man cave. Yeah.
That's a dangerous place.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
One of the first things is our Ford 8N tractor is feeling mighty blue. And you know, based on what we've talked about, the overall who's it's and what's it's and the yada yada and the yippee skippy on how this is going to be repaired.
Sure, been watching a lot of the Big Family Homesteads videos and just watching them as they go along. And there's a couple things with the Ford 8N that it's a phenomenal tractor. They made a whole bunch of them, and we can talk about that later. But just some simple things that we're going to try to do to make it run better.
Yeah, it's been overheating as well. And you say that that's probably the easiest fix of all.
I think so. It's just one of the things you learn in being on a homestead. There's just certain maintenance type things that you do on a regular basis, and I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out as we go along.
And Mama, she has some, I don't even know, she's got this master plan for the barn.
Master plan.
The different feeding area.
Yes, our animals are to keep our kids safe and me safe. You know, so that, you know, when cows are hungry, they're going to push you out of the way. And I don't want them to stomp on the little kids. So we're going to set up a feeding trough system where we feed from outside where they are, and the cows can stick their heads through and the donkey can stick their head through. And then we've got to do some adjustment for Macy's stanchion. She's straining too much to get her milk. Or no, wait a minute. Time out, flag on the play. To straining to get her food, which makes her wiggle a lot. So we're gonna put up a feeding trough for her, and then you know what? She's getting a little wide.
Because she's pregnant.
And so we gotta do some adjustment for the stanchion, and then we're gonna put in another stanchion too.
And you pretty much have a plan on that, yeah?
I think so. We'll go out and look at the area and formulate a plan. It's just when you're doing these types of projects, you want to look at as many variables as possible and then try to narrow that down to make it accessible, make it faster for doing your chores, and by all means making it safer for everybody involved.
Right.
Well, and talk a little bit about the winter side of things, because our chores went psycho hard last year for the winter.
Last year, our first winter was psychotic. We had 5 pigs, we had 5 goats, we had chickens, we had cows, we had large cows, not just, you know, little ones. We had like 4 large cows.
And a lot of frozen poop. Continue.
Oh yeah, and a donkey. So we had a lot of waterers that we needed to heat. We had a lot of frozen waters. We had a lot of frozen dookie.
Well, the water froze in the barn as well.
Yes.
And you say that there's a relatively easy way to figure out if this is a ground freezing issue or if it's just that we need to do better in the barn.
Right.
Yeah, there's a couple things that we'll address. Like with the water hydrant, we'll go ahead and try to winterize that for ground level and above. And then if in the middle of the winter, probably January, February, when the real freeze comes, we'll be able to determine if the line depth that the water line's buried is sufficient or not. Those are all things. Buying an existing homestead comes with its own special issues, special needs, and special
People say that about me a lot.
Yeah. And it's a lot of things that we cover when we help homesteaders with what we call environmental site assessments. We can look at existing structures, look at what potentials are, and how to address a lot of those things when you're doing that and or building a new homestead as well.
Well, and the environmental site assessment, I don't know exactly what that encompasses. Would you just give me the 30-second version?
Oh, that's tough. Over the last 30, 35 years, we've done a lot with corporations, and you can name just about anyone in the alphabet, and I've been there helping them. But a lot of times when companies or commercial real estate or individuals look at buying property, they want to know as much information as possible. And so like buying an existing homestead, you're going to look at the property, the way it slopes, where it's located, population densities, water density, food densities. You're going to look at how the structures are built, how the contours of the land lays, how the environment or the microclimate is for that homestead area that you're looking at. And then you're going to take all that information, you're going to melt that with how do you intend to use it? Do you need to make money on the homestead? Do you need it to, what type of income does it need to generate? What type of food products does it need to generate? And especially with grace and things along that line, that all plays into that issue as well. So there is just a myriad of information that you pull together, and it's referred to as an environmental site assessment.
That sounds like an in-depth endeavor.
Yeah.
It is. It takes quite a bit of research, a lot of historical, local, and economic information that you pull all together to report. So.
Well, it sounds to me like you'll probably be able to figure out whether our pipe will freeze or not. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
That's one of many things we'll look at here this week, yes.
So this week, guys, we're going to be jamming out video after video after video. And I am super grateful and I'm super excited that you've agreed to come and help us out, because you guys know we don't try to pretend like we're the know-it-alls in anything. And when somebody who has this kind of knowledge says, hey, let's work out a deal, I'm like, yes, thank you. Because and this we had a talk off camera, is that I don't want him just to do what he does. I want to be there and I want to watch and want to help, even though I'm not the greatest mechanic.
Right.
I'm not a mechanic.
But some knowledge in, you're getting
right.
there though.
Right. I don't want to just have it poof done. I want to be able to be more knowledgeable, more self-reliant.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we're hoping to accomplish on our channel as well, is that at Homesteader Bob, I'm not coming to do the work for you. I'm coming alongside to help to show, to encourage, to build up, to train, to teach, to take our 30 plus years of experience and just pass that on to teach people how to be more self-reliant, self-sufficient.
Well, and I don't know if we've made the point enough, but I would like to point out that Homesteader Bob does this for a living. And if you happen to be in a situation like we are, where, boy, oh boy, it sure would be nice to have somebody with all these skills, you can contact him, and I will put that information down in the description. But for now, I guess it's time to get busy.
Let's get it on.
All right. All right, doctor, here's your patient. What it's been doing is, the battery's dead right now, but it's really hard to start, and it's hard to find the fussy choke, number 1 and 2, and also it's been overheating.
Okay. All fairly simple things. The beauty is on these older tractors in the 30s and 40s, if you can get gas to it and you can get sparks, she'll run. And so that's what we're going to work on, is making sure that those essentials are ready to go. And then the overheating thing, I think it's going to be something extremely simple, and we'll look at that a little
All right,
bit later.
let's get to it.
Did you know that the 1948 Ford 8N tractor weighs about 2,900 pounds and can only carry about 800 pounds?
That's it, Brad's not on it.
All right, looking at the basics on this, I think what we're going to do is address both the gas and the spark. So first thing we're going to do is take the hood off, get everything a lot easier. And usually on these older tractors, it's a maintenance issue. So we're going to stop and take those things apart, check them, and replace parts as necessary.
In 1952, the original price was $1,400.
While we're taking the hood off, there's just some little facts or whatever. Henry Ford was an awesome guy until he got rich. But anyways, one of the things that he believed was that we needed to support the American farmer. And the way that he did that was he and Thomas Edison were developing a program where farmers could make their own fuel and work for home. The blessings of these 30s and 40s tractors is a lot of them will run on not only gas, but will run on distillates or homemade ethanol.
Did you know that between 1947 and 1952, there were only 524,000 models made of the Ford 8N?
I guess it wouldn't be called work if it was fun.
Let's check it.
All right, ready? All right, where to? Right here.
Did you know that my Ford 8N has been equipped with an engine that uses several different fuels?
All right, taking a closer look at all this, just talked to Brad. He mentioned when they first got this, it fired right off and didn't have any troubles running whatsoever. But I think, see that in the spark plugs? What that tells me is there's a lot of moisture collecting inside of here. And that's just part of living in this part of Wisconsin. So what we're gonna do is replace the spark plugs and then go ahead and replace the distributor cap, points, condenser, rotor, and that makes it all new. And then we'll go ahead and clean and adjust the carburetor, and she should be as good as gold.
Also, my Ford 8N can go about 13 miles per hour.
That is if it's going downhill.
Right, without a bale of hay on the back.
Or Brad.
All right, one of the things you're gonna look at really quick is the spark plugs themselves. All that black, that's not good. What that's telling me is that it's just not firing hot enough, and that's where all the carbon's building up, but we're gonna fix that.
Also, my Ford 8N can lift about 800 pounds on the 3-point hitch.
A little bit of wear and tear. Not too bad, but we got a new one, so we're gonna go ahead and replace it. Now we can see the condenser and the points and all that stuff. We're gonna replace all that and get that back to original specs.
So these are called points.
These are points, and here we go. These are points, and this is a condenser. What it does is there's a coil on top of here that I took off, and that stores up energy for each cycle. Since there's 4 cylinders, there's 4 cycles that go around, and it stores up energy inside of here so that it gets an extra hot spark to each spark plug, and that's what fires it off. So every time this opens and shuts, it sends sparks to each individual spark plug wire, which fires it off and gives you
Go-go juice.
go-go juice. Alrighty, I think the problem with the 8N overheating is this right here. So let me show you real quick. Where's my light? There we go. There we go. See this? See there?
No light.
No light, no air. So we're gonna blow that out, and that should fix that problem.
All right.
Now let's do the light test.
Light test. Uh-oh. It's not working on the phone.
There we go.
All right.
You see it now?
Yep. Not a problem.
All right, we got light, we got air.
Yep. It's time. It appears to be living and breathing.
Is it alive?
It is alive.
Hey, you gotta pay up. You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.